The bold and the beautiful, the secret sister bombshell, Daphne's true identity unleashed. For weeks, Daphne Rose has been spiraling, rejected by Carter, enraged by Hope's return, and increasingly alienated inside the walls of Forrester Creations. But now, the entire foundation of her identity is about to be shattered. What began as a heartbreak has become a vendetta. What began as professional resentment has become something far deeper, personal, primal, and irreversible. It all started with blood. After a minor fall backstage at Forrester, Daphne was taken to the hospital for a precautionary scan. It was routine, forgettable, until a nurse casually mentioned her blood type, AB negative. Rare, the nurse smiled. Only 1 in 1% have it. Daphne froze. She had heard that before just days ago, in a passing comment about Hope's hospital chart after her most recent visit for exhaustion. Hope had the same blood type, AB negative. The coincidence wouldn't have mattered to anyone else. But Daphne wasn't anyone else. She had always wondered about her past. Her birth. Her biological parents. Raised by distant relatives in Paris with vague explanations and dead-end paperwork, Daphne had learned not to ask questions. But now she had one she couldn't ignore. And she was going to get an answer. The quiet investigation becomes a storm. Daphne began discreetly combing through files. She had contacts. She pulled birth records. Old legal documents. She reached out to the hospital archives in Paris. Every clue led to another question. Every path seemed blocked until she accessed a nearly erased record of a child born in secret, unnamed, in an exclusive clinic just outside LA. The mother? Brooke Logan. The father? Unknown. Her hands trembled. Her eyes blurred. She found herself staring at her own existence, recorded, hidden, discarded. Everything after that moved fast. She confirmed the DNA match without permission. She had Hope's medical file flagged for an internal audit and discreetly sampled a used water bottle from a boardroom meeting. The test came back within 48 hours. Hope Logan and Daphne Rose, full sisters. The match was undeniable. Same mother, same blood, half the same face. And yet their lives couldn't be more different. Hope had everything. The Forrester name, the Logan protection, the childhood of love and privilege, the spotlight, the family. Daphne had shadows, secrets, rejection. And now she had the truth. The betrayal of a lifetime. The rage didn't come all at once. It seeped in slowly. Every time Brooke smiled at Hope, Daphne saw hypocrisy. Every time Hope praised her mother's resilience, Daphne saw cruelty. Every time Carter stood by Hope, Daphne felt herself disappearing again. She couldn't stop hearing the words of the nurse. Rare blood type. She was rare, all right. Rare enough to be erased, to be hidden, to be thrown away. And now, Brooke Logan would face consequences. Brooke's past comes crashing back. Daphne waited. She studied Brooke. She watched for weakness. Then she struck. Not publicly, not yet. But face to face. Alone. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere Brooke couldn't hide. I know, she said simply, stepping into Brooke's office and locking the door behind her. Brooke turned, confused. Know what? That I'm your daughter. The air left the room. Brooke stumbled back like she'd been slapped. What are you talking about? I know about Paris. The clinic. The files. The DNA. I'm not asking, Brooke. I'm telling you. I'm your daughter. Hope's sister. The one you didn't want. The one you sent away. Tears filled Brooke's eyes. Her voice broke. Daphne, I thought I had no choice. You had a choice, Daphne snapped. You chose him. Ridge. You chose to protect your fantasy of a perfect family instead of protecting me. You chose to erase me from your life like I was a mistake. Brooke tried to reach out. I was young. I was scared. I didn't want Ridge to leave. I didn't know how to keep you without losing everything. You lost me anyway, Daphne whispered. You just didn't know it. Will Daphne expose the truth? Now Daphne holds the biggest bombshell in the bold and the beautiful, and she's holding it like a blade, ready to carve her revenge. She could tell the press. She could tell Ridge. She could tell Hope. One press conference. One viral leak. One company-wide email, and everything Brooke built comes crashing down. She could make Hope the villain, not the victim. She could frame the whole story as corporate nepotism, Brooke's secret daughter, passed over, discarded, watching from the shadows while her sister reaped everything. She could make Brooke fall. But the real question is, will she? The fire versus the flame. Daphne's inner war. Daphne is torn. Her rage burns hot. But there's still a spark. Of longing, of pain, of a child who wanted to be claimed, not revenged. She wants to destroy Brooke, but part of her wants Brooke to fight. To apologize. To scream. To admit what she did and beg for forgiveness. Not because Daphne will give it, but because she wants to see her mother suffer first. And that's the dangerous part. Because Brooke has no idea how close she is to losing everything. Ridge. Hope. The company. Her image. Her entire legacy. All of it rests in the hands of the daughter she abandoned and the sister Hope never knew she had. What happens next? Ridge might start sensing something is off. Hope may stumble on fragments of the truth. Brooke may try to suppress it, bury it, spin it. But Daphne is no longer playing defense. She's no longer the woman who loved Carter. She's no longer the loyal executive. She's not the nose. She's the storm. And when she chooses to speak, if she chooses to speak, there will be no coming back. Not for Brooke. Not for Hope. Not for Forrester Creations. Because some secrets don't just destroy families. They rewrite them. Daphne Rose is done waiting. She waited her whole life for answers. For a mother who never came. For a truth that never surfaced. For a place to belong. But now, after uncovering the truth about her birth, that she is Brooke Logan's firstborn daughter, abandoned and hidden in Paris to protect Brooke's perfect image, Daphne is no longer the quiet observer. She is the architect of reckoning. The blood that runs through her veins is Logan blood. But her heart? It's pure vengeance. And her target is not just Brooke. It's Hope, it's Forrester Creations, it's the entire lie that this family built on the back of her erasure. Phase 1. Silence the mother. Daphne doesn't go public right away. That would be too easy. Too fast. Revenge isn't about a scream. It's about a slow choke. She gives Brooke one chance, one private chance to do the right thing.
The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Bridget's
to tell Hope. To stand in front of everyone at Forrester Creations and admit that the daughter she parades around isn't her only child. Brooke refuses. I can't, she pleads. It would ruin everything. Ridge, he wouldn't understand. Hope, she wouldn't forgive me. Daphne smiles. Then I'll make sure none of them forgive you. Brooke begs for time. For secrecy. She promises she'll find a way. But Daphne has already begun laying the groundwork. Phase 2. Poison the brand at Forrester Creations. Perception is everything. Brooke Logan is the face of Logan glamour. Hope is the face of the future. But Daphne? She's the ghost in the machine, and she starts pulling wires. Anonymous leaks begin surfacing online. Nothing provable. Just enough to stir whispers. Allegations that Hope was given preferential treatment. That leadership at Forrester ignores qualified staff in favor of bloodlines. That Brooke manipulated company roles behind the scenes. Hope's name gets dragged through blog posts, fashion forums, and internal chatter. Investors begin asking questions. Zend and Carter start getting uncomfortable. And Daphne's fingerprints are nowhere. She's too smart for that. Phase 3. Fracture. The sisters' Hope starts to sense something is wrong. Carter becomes distant. Steffi starts acting cold again. And Brooke is cracking.
The bold and the
Snapping at
beautiful
meetings,
spoilers reveal
avoiding
that
eye
Thursday,
contact, fumbling over speeches. Hope confronts her mother, demanding answers. Is there something going on I need to know? Brooke hesitates. No, sweetheart. Nothing. That lie is the last straw. Daphne moves to the next stage. She arranges a private meeting with Hope. No agenda. No pretense. Just a conversation. I need to show you something, Daphne says, placing a DNA report between them. Hope reads it once. Twice. Her hands shake. Her jaw tightens. Her voice falls to a whisper. What is this? Daphne doesn't blink. It's proof that I'm your sister. Brooke is my mother too. She just didn't want me. Phase 4. Tear the house down. The next day, Hope confronts Brooke in front of Ridge. She demands the truth. Brooke tries to lie
when Bill
again,
discovers a
but
horrifying
this time,
truth.
Ridge sees through it. He watches her squirm, stammer, cry, and when the truth finally spills out, how she gave Daphne up, how she buried the secret to keep Ridge, how she pretended her own child never existed, he turns away. Not with anger, with disgust. You never trusted me, he says quietly. You didn't believe I would have stayed if you had told me the truth. So instead, you erased a child. You erased your child. And now, everything you tried to protect is gone. Ridge leaves. Hope doesn't follow him. She turns to Daphne. But Daphne isn't interested in comfort. She's not here for bonding. Not yet. You thought you lost Carter to me, she says. You didn't. He never loved me. But you will lose him now. You'll lose all of it. Phase 5. The corporate coup. Daphne takes it all one step further. She calls a board meeting. She presents evidence of conflict of interest, favoritism, instability in Hope's leadership. She recommends a temporary reassignment of responsibilities. For the integrity of the brand, she says, voice calm, expression unreadable. To everyone's shock, Steffi supports her. Not out of spite, but necessity. Investor confidence is shaken. Public perception is shifting. The company is hemorrhaging trust. Hope is removed from hope for the future. Carter steps down from direct oversight. Daphne is promoted to interim brand strategist. Brooke watches from the sidelines as the daughter she discarded rises above both of her golden children. Not with love, not with unity, but with power. What comes next? The choice. Daphne stands at the top now, but revenge, even when complete, doesn't bring peace. Hope tries to reach out again. This time with sincerity. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Maybe we can talk. Maybe we can figure this out. Daphne looks at her. And for the first time, her voice cracks. I waited my whole life to be chosen, not to be explained. And she walks away. Because forgiveness isn't on the table. Not yet. Epilogue. Brooke alone. Brooke sits alone in her house, the photo frames turned down. Ridge won't return her calls. Hope barely looks at her. And Daphne? Daphne has everything Brooke gave to someone else. This was the daughter who watched from the shadows, forgotten. Now she's the one they all see. And she's not done. Not until Brooke feels every ounce of the abandonment she lived with her entire life. Because in the bold and the beautiful, love creates legacies. But secrets? Secrets destroy them.